Hey guys, what's up? My name's Eric and I'm the Techy Agent, and today we're checking out this guy right here, the Huawei Honor Magic. The Huawei Honor Magic is a budget $145 smartwatch that packs in some great health and fitness features, which we're going to review. The Honor Magic has standard watch straps, which can be swapped out for other standard watch straps, so you can go with a leather or metal band if you prefer. It also comes shipped with a charging cradle that is powered via a USB-C cable. The battery life on this is excellent. I've been able to get about 5 or 6 days worth of battery life before I have to stick it on the charger. And that's impressive coming from a watch that's doing constant heart rate readings 24/7 and has a bright screen that compares with the Apple Watch in terms of brightness and clarity. Yes, the pixel resolution isn't quite as good as the Apple Watch, of course, but it's bright, it's clear, you can see it in direct sunlight, and it looks good. So I have absolutely no complaints with the display or with the battery life. The only complaint I have about the screen is actually the touch function, and what I've noticed is that as you're swiping left or right, you'll sometimes get a little bit of a stutter. It will kind of hang up just a little bit, so that's probably just because the processing power on this isn't that great compared to other smartwatches. So as you're swiping left or right, you'll sometimes notice that there is a little bit of a stutter, a little bit of a delay before it goes to the next screen. In addition to a very capable GPS with GLONASS, you do have an optical heart rate sensor with 2 LED lights on the back and 2 read sensors. We'll talk more about the accuracy of this optical heart rate sensor here in a minute. This also has an onboard accelerometer for detecting the motion while you work out, and it also has a built-in barometric altimeter for detecting altitude as you jog or cycle or hike. The watch does come preloaded with a wide variety of workout profiles. If you happen to be exercising or doing a particular workout that is not a conventional workout, this does have some more generic profiles which you can use to capture things like your heart rate and calories burned. But enough about the features which you could already read on a website. Let's go ahead and dive into what I actually experienced while using this device. So the first time I took this watch with me into the gym, I was absolutely blown away. It stayed right with my Apple Watch, which is $400 plus, and has a super accurate optical heart rate sensor. And this watch had an optical heart rate sensor that hung in with the Apple Watch throughout the entire workout. And then I worked out with it the next day, and it was completely inaccurate. It was bouncing all over the place. It was dropping out, and so I was kind of confused. And that was pretty much the story on the optical heart rate sensor in terms of gym-based use. There were times where it was super accurate, and then other times where it was completely off the wall, inaccurate. I've never had a watch that in one moment could be this accurate, and then in the next moment or the next workout be completely inaccurate. So that's something to consider if you're looking at using this watch for gym-based exercise. So yeah, for gym-based use, the optical heart rate sensor here just didn't perform very consistently. Additionally, I also found inconsistencies in the calorie count. I would oftentimes be way under what a typical workout calorie count would be for gym-based use. Now, for steady state cardio, on the other hand, the optical heart rate sensor on this was fantastic. Absolutely no complaints, no dropouts, hung in there with my Apple Watch the entire time, and the GPS on this was also phenomenally good. So really impressed with this in terms of GPS use and heart rate use for steady state cardio like jogging and for cycling. Definitely recommend it. So for steady state cardio, yes, this is a winner here, especially if you're looking for a budget GPS watch. And I also want to point out that the app does have some great metrics that it's tracking, some great graphs that it's tracking, and I like the app layout. It's intuitive, easy to use. All of the data is clear and concise. This is a perfect alternative for those of you who want to track GPS-based sports but don't want to go spend $400 or $500 for a Garmin, Polar, or Fitbit alternative. The watch will also track all-day statistics such as your all-day steps, your heart rate, your distance, and it will even give you a stress score, which is basically their version of heart rate variability. This also will track your sleep, and it has built-in widgets like a weather app. It has a stopwatch, a timer, an alarm, basic smartwatch stuff. You can also change the background by long pressing on the screen, and then you'll be able to look at a wide variety of preloaded screens or backgrounds. And really, other than what they give you, I haven't found any option to download more from the app or online. Huawei has done a good job making the user interface very intuitive. It came natural. I didn't have to go through a manual to figure out how to navigate through all of the various menus. I was able to spend maybe 2 minutes and figure out how to navigate everything pretty easily. One of the features that I like is that when you select a workout, you can hit a settings icon and set up that workout to display which menus or metrics you want to focus in on, and you can choose whether or not to have GPS enabled, etc. So you have a little bit of customizability here as well.
So my conclusion on the Huawei Honor Magic is that if you're looking for a pretty good GPS watch that has a decent optical heart rate sensor for steady state cardio, this is a good buy. This is a great bargain buy. This is significantly cheaper than what you're going to find from Garmin, Polar, Fitbit counterparts. You're not going to break the bank. You're going to have accurate GPS, accurate optical heart rate sensor, heart rate readings from the wrist, and you do get some built-in smart features like call and text alerts, a weather app, etc. In terms of sizing on this, it's about perfect. It's not too big, it's not too small. And in terms of width on this watch, it's very thin, so it sits on your wrist like a conventional watch. It doesn't stick off of your wrist like a really bulky, hefty fitness tracker, like we've come to expect from something like the Garmin Fenix series, where you have what feels like a giant boulder or brick on your wrist. This doesn't feel like that kind of a GPS watch. It's very streamlined, it's very compact, and it really just feels like a typical conventional watch, and I really like that. This watch is so good, it really almost gives you pause before you go out and spend $300 to buy a Garmin, Fitbit, Polar counterpart. This is a good watch for the money, for $150. And really, I feel like if Garmin or Fitbit was to put something like this out, they'd be charging at least $200, maybe $250 for this exact same product, just because of their brand recognition. But Huawei is a Chinese company. But you know what? Chinese companies are starting to give the American companies a run for their money. And this really does compete with Garmin, Polar, Fitbit counterparts, and it's half the cost. So I'm going to go ahead and put a purchase link in the description below for this watch, where you can pick it up for the best price possible. Hey guys, thanks for watching. My name is Eric and I'm the Techie Agent. We'll catch you next time.